Hello? This video comes to you in a number of parts. I don't know which number, but you may consider this part 1. I am wearing my very favorite dress. End of part 1. Part 2. I indeed have a cup that says London on the side and has London landmarks all over it because I have not been to London, but my father has. And indeed, he brought back some London tea. It's English breakfast tea, which I did not understand why one would want milk in their tea until now. I now understand. It is better with milk in it if it comes from London. Now I know. And also, this may be considered part 3, a Rubik's Cube does indeed make a good coaster. Now, to get past all that, we'll get to the, I guess, actual parts of the video now. What part is this? Part 4. Part 4 is just general news. Ukulele news would be part 4A, I guess. But ukulele news, I have written 2 or 3 songs for ukulele, but I didn't really feel like they were internet ready. So I'm just going to keep those to myself until I feel like they're ready to show all of you. Also, I had a bit of a cold for the past week, so I'm going to wait for my voice to get kind of back to normal before I start singing, because I think that might be a good idea. Okay, that's the end of the ukulele news. Hair news, I guess. My hair grew another inch. That's exciting. Sorta, kinda, not really. But it is somewhat interesting to me. So, that's that. That's the end of hair news. Let's see, this is part 5. Part 5, I think, maybe, part 5. This is just a story of a thing that happened. While I was quite sicker than this, I had to go to Walmart, and I usually detest going to Walmart, because there's just so many people in there, and it's crowded and stressful and loud, and meh. So I had to go to Walmart. I had to get more sick medicine and some other stuff. So I was in there, and I had gotten all of what I needed to get, and then my mother calls me, and she says, "Oh, can you please pick up a card for your cousin's birthday?" I said, "Okay, I can pick out a birthday card." And then I realized, after I had already walked all the way across the store, that the cards were now on the right side of the store and not on the left side of the store, so I had to walk all the way back across the store, and my nose is starting to drip at this point. I don't have any Kleenexes because I forgot them at home, and I'm like, I just really don't want to be here. And then I start hearing this phone ring, and I don't recognize the ringtone. I look, and it's not my phone. And I start looking around. There's this little phone just lying on the ground with its little holder just lying there, ringing. And I think, well, look around, and surprisingly, there is nobody around. There's a million people in this store, but nobody around me. So I think, well, I ought to be a good citizen. So I picked up the phone in the case, and I headed over to customer services to turn this phone in. And it had stopped ringing at that point. Cause I felt awkward answering the phone, because it's not my phone, so someone might, you know, be asking for Steve, and I am in fact not Steve. I don't know where Steve is. Don't even know if the phone belongs to Steve. So I get to customer services, and there are 2 very long lines for returns and such, and I really don't want to stand in line. So I think I'm not making a return. I'm in fact turning in a lost item. So I walk beside the lines up to the counter. And as I'm walking up to the counter, I feel all of these eyes suddenly turned upon me, gazing at me with a bunch of hatred and frustration, because they just know this girl's gonna cut in line in front of them. They are all getting just more and more angry at the minute. And I'm standing there holding this phone that is indeed not mine. I'm holding it like it is a lost item, because I feel awkward holding somebody else's phone. And I'm waiting for the lady behind the counter to finish a transaction, so that I feel like I'm not interrupting something, because that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm standing there with this phone, and a woman in line turns and looks at me and says, "Oh, are you turning in a lost item?" I said, yes, I am. I just felt everyone's eyes were suddenly just calm. They went, oh, this is a teenager who's doing a good thing. This is fine. We're fine with this. And suddenly it was just kind of like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. I was no longer being accused of cutting in line, which was lovely. We finally got it worked out. I got the phone to the people, and apparently it was a lady who was looking for her phone, and I'm glad she found her phone. You're probably not watching this right now, but you're welcome. I'm glad you got your phone. So I got my card and I left, and that was the end of my story. My wretched Walmart story. And I think that was part 5. So this might be no. This is either part 6 or part 7. I do not know which. But either way, I'm planning on doing a question and answer video because it has been requested every once in a while. So I'd like to do a question and answer video. So if you watch this and you have any questions at all, or you can think up any questions for me to answer whenever that video comes out, please either send them to me in my messages or put them underneath the video. Get them to me somehow so I can collect all these questions to answer for my next video. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!